Jeff Kirui, KTN.
President William Ruto has slammed former Chief Justice David Maraga over his remarks that Kenya is on the brink of becoming a failed state, citing rising abductions and state-instigated terror. Maraga had accused President William Ruto of using terrorism charges to silence a dissent and intimidate the youth. But Wednesday, the head of state went all out to question Maraga's statement, claiming Maraga was discrediting the same country he served for over 50 years and hopes to lead. KTN's senior political affairs reporter Daniel Kariuki reports.
President William Ruto once again told off those calling for his resignation through the growing Ruto must go chants. Ruto has questioned the motivations behind the calls for his early departure, saying all Kenyan leaders have eventually exited office.
Brothers and sisters who say Ruto must go, and for sure, just like those who were there before me, my time will come and I will go.
The past 2 years have seen deadly youth-led protests against Ruto's administration. Ruto must go slogans have become a unifying rallying cry among demonstrators who accuse him of failing to deliver on his promises. Opposition and section of Kenyans vowing Ruto out of office come 2027, labeling him one term.
I hear my brothers and sisters say, let Ruto go, then we will figure out and we will tell you what is the alternative plan. To me, that sounds like the wash conmanship.
Former Chief Justice David Maraga, who also has been vocal in calling out President Ruto's regime, would find himself on the receiving end.
When you don't have respect for human rights, what do you call a state like that? Those who oppose you, you kidnap them, you kill them, some of them, you maim some of them. This is a government which has lost it.
I listened to one gentleman who retired the other day after working, I think, for 40, 50 years, and he wants to be president. And I listened to him say, Kenya is a failed state. And I asked myself, so for 40 years, you have been working in a failed state? So you want to be president of a failed state?
Speaking at the Nairobi Security Exchange NSE during a bell-ringing event, Ruto acknowledged that criticism is part of democracy, but challenged the opposition to provide credible alternatives while defending some of his most controversial reforms, including the affordable housing project, the change from the National Health Insurance Fund, NHIF, to the Social Health Authority, SHA, and the overhaul of the university funding model, all of which have drawn fierce opposition.
If you seriously have a plan that does better on the economy than I have, that does better on health than I have, that does better on creating jobs than I have, that does better on education than I have, you should be bold enough to tell us.
Meanwhile, the government has announced it will list Kenya Pipeline Company, KPC, shares at the Nairobi Security Exchange, subject to cabinet and parliamentary approval. Speaking elsewhere, Kiharu MP Dindi Nyoro has criticized the government over the 44 billion shillings Talanta Sports City bond, calling it a reckless borrowing. The bond was listed on the Nairobi Security Exchange to help fund the construction of the multi-billion stadium.
We have now seen a new cleverness being implemented by the National Treasury and the government in a bid to run away from the spiraling debt that is now endangering our economy. And there is a new term now in Kenya called securitization.
Daniel Kariuki, KTN.
Yes, let's now take a short break. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at what is causing the increase in unrest in schools.